I first met Jack at a livestock auction. He was running around with his camera. He claimed he was making a movie. I don't know what the hell he was doing.
He was a bastard, completely without talent.
One of the greatest unknown artists that this country has ever produced. What you have just seen is probably the only known footage of Jack Horowitzky, who could well be, one of the greatest unknown artists that this country has ever produced. His work is visionary, far beyond its time, which is why he is so appreciated by today's young filmmakers.
But isn't it very sloppy and poorly produced?
Well, you could say that, but its sloppiness is part of its unique quality. It gives the film a certain vitality, or paradoxically, morbidity.
So, you ask me of Jack. God, it's a long time ago now, over 50 years. And only a short span in time, really, I knew him. His youth and his exit from Wales. Black Jack, I knew Jack as. Fat Jack, I knew Jack as, and all my friends in Swansea Grammar School in Wales.
How much butter can somebody watch? I mean, butter dripping on the floor. Butter, 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 butter everywhere. I just couldn't take it anymore. My damn hips couldn't take any more butter. I guess if I had been drinking, I wouldn't mind his film so much, but... oh, God, all that talk about butter.
Well, that scene in Last Tango in Paris, think that was Marlon Brando's idea? Ha! It was Horowitz. He knew what to do when it came to butter. Creamy, smooth butter.
There's a tendency, a great tendency, to mistake innovation in Jack's filmmaking for a lack of filmmaking proficiency and inadequacy and incompetence. In reality, this seemingly inept ability is actually the foundation of his incredibly experimental and uniquely perceptive cinematographic style.
Quite frankly, I thought they sucked.
Didn't know a frame from a fart.
Have you heard the term idiot savant? Well, that was what Jack was like, except without the savant part. I knew him in Paris. I was friends with Samuel Beckett at the time. We were in a cafe. Samuel had a script with him he wanted to show to Jack. Hoped that Jack might direct it. It was a Western, as I recall, a musical, all singing, all dancing, that sort of thing, cowboys and Indians. But we were there all day, and Jack never turned up. We waited and waited, and Jack never arrived. It was typical of the bloody man. Of course, it gave Samuel an idea for a play, he said. Samuel Beckett, there was another bastard.
Isn't a lot of his what you call spontaneity due to the fact that he had to rent his editing machines and therefore had limited access to them?
What exactly do you mean?
Well, I mean that wouldn't he often have to use everything he filmed in his final product, whether he wanted it or not?
Well, no, I'm pretty sure it's all intentional. Pretty sure.
Experimental filmmaker Jack Horowitz. Just plain bloody mental, if you ask me.
He was crazy! Crazy!
I haven't seen him for a real long time, and I guess I sort of loved him. But, you know, Jack, he loved butter far more than he loved me. And eventually it just came down to, hey, Jack, it's either me or the butter. I think he chose the butter. I haven't seen hell nor hair of him.
Many people feel my work is too quick, too sloppy, too fast, too buttery. I say it is they who are too fast to dismiss the questions I raise in my films. When people see my films, I want them to think, why am I watching this film? What does that say about them? I want to annoy people. People are annoyed when they are forced to think, and I want to force them to think.